Hey everyone, welcome back for part two of our rant of the catastrophe of last week's elections. Wanted to do a part two on this because I just got more thoughts on last week's debacle. Like I was saying, what a disappointment the state of Michigan is to conservatives across the country. And to those who might be watching this video that reside in other states or more conservative state, and you're wondering what the heck is going on in Michigan, all I can do is apologize. I just,
I feel like one is owed.
Yeah. But there's something that I noticed in last week's elections, and I heard it on a talk show, and I was already of this mindset. But the big problem, and I don't know what the solution to it is tribalism. Tribalism.
That's about as good a description as I could come up with.
You know what? I expected Fetterman to win because of tribalism. And you know what? If this country has no problems, no qualms with a dementia-ridden leader,
the guy is just another. Here's what that amounts to, in my opinion. Chuck Schumer is going to have 2 votes in the Senate.
Yeah.
His own and then Fetterman's, because Fetterman is only going to sit there. Some people I see online are speculating that he will step down because of his obvious problems, and the governor there will appoint his wife, and she'll just be Schumer's second vote too.
You know, I did hear something along those lines.
Well, that has happened in the past where the wife has taken over. I believe years ago. And correct me if
I heard say
if I'm
she's
wrong.
Going to be the real senator. That's what I heard.
Well, I don't know. There was a president, I don't know if it was Wilson or Coolidge, had a stroke, and for 2 years nobody saw him, and his wife was signing bills and so on and so forth. I'd have to look that up to be more accurate. But that's what I suspect's going on here. So, it's going to be Chuck Schumer gets 2 votes.
Yeah. Under the whole tribalism mindset, I myself exercised that.
Oh.
And here's what I mean. In the new redrawn Michigan 10th District,
Okay.
John James, the guy that I kept saying I wish...
He did lose, didn't he?
No, he won.
Did he win?
He
Really?
won.
Okay.
He won. Carl Marlinga conceded. And if you recall...
That's a miracle.
If you recall... That was a bitter pill. You know, we can think of John James as the consolation prize, you know, if it is such. But the reason why I found this particular vote distasteful is I actually think more highly of the Democrat Carl Marlinga than I do John James.
In a previous video, you said you expected him to go in lockstep with the Democrats. So what does that matter?
Yeah, and it was tribalism that compelled me to vote for John James and not Carl Marlinga.
Someone made a comment on our comment section, and I think it was on BitChute, poo-pooing your comment about Marlinga. Oh, the Democrat let you have your rights. And I responded to it, well, he didn't let us have it. The Constitution lets us have it, but he did help in restoring it.
I'll tell you right now, and we're going to take a walk down history lane, and I know I've talked about this a few times, but the truth is the truth, and whether you want to accept it or not. Well, let's just go back to 1995-ish, give or take a year, okay? It was the Democrat Carl Marlinga that pulled the Republicans to the position of making CPL statewide. And that's all there is to it. It took a Democrat.
Because largely in this state, if you don't know this, if you're out of state, out of Michigan, the Republican Party is a pack of cowards.
And we've kind of indicated, well, more than one occasion and more than one way, we've made known our discontent with the Republican machine, political machine here in Michigan,
who did work against Trump endorsed candidates. They did in fact do that.
It's just very frustrating. I'd like to mention a couple other things that I had my eye on. Unfortunately, in New Hampshire, General Donald Bolduc lost. and it wasn't even close. And I don't believe there was a whole lot of willy-nilly going on there. I think the polls, to include Trafalgar, misjudged that one because it wasn't even close. However, the bright spot, Derek Van Orden won.
Oh, awesome.
And as you know, I was a big Derek Van Orden fan. I do believe Derek Van Orden should have won in 2020, but he got snared up in the 2020 willy-nilly, you know. So Derek Van Orden, the retired Navy SEAL, and if you want to, you know, I've referenced this before, Act of Valor. Derek Van Orden plays himself in that movie. So Act of Valor, you know, and that's a very interesting movie, but you know, I'll get.
Well, that's why he got elected. He's an actor.
Yeah, really. Yeah. So you know, those I guess were the bright spots of last week's.
Well, no, there's another bright spot that I think you're glossing over, and that's that fat ass pig Stacey Abrams lost.
Oh, yes. Shame on me.
Did she ever concede?
Yes, she did.
Well, good for her. I'll give her that much.
But speaking of Georgia, what the heck? Kemp runs away with it, and now they're doing a runoff with the senator?
Yeah, I hate that crap.
What? I need someone to explain that to me.
Well, you know, as I said in part one, I hate the fact that money comes from outside to influence an election in state. And that's going to happen in this. I mean, the Democrats are pouring every dime they can get their greedy little paws on into that election to make sure Warnock keeps his seat.
And at the time of this recording, we still don't know the outcome of Arizona. That's just.
Well, I expect Carrie Lake has lost. I don't have that information from me. If I seem uninformed about this, I kind of am, because I needed to take a mental health break from this crap, so I don't lose my mind.
It's just. I'll confess this much: it's hard to give a excrement, you know. But we will do a follow-up on why we vote, okay, and why we will continue to vote. So be looking for that follow-up. All right, for the tinfoil hat wearers out there who will rant on that topic. So we'll address that coming up in the next one or two. All right. That's all I got for this one. There's so much for our part two of last week's debacle. The
Red Fizzle.
Yeah, the Red Fizzle part two. And if you have nothing?
Nope.
All right, nothing else. Okay, that's it. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.